Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time.
Good morning. Welcome back to history class, where we have finally stopped talking about the Roman Empire and started talking about something a little bit closer to home, and that is Mesoamerica, or Central America, for another word for it. Yesterday we started talking about the Olmec people. And you remember where they are? About 3,000 years ago, they started their own empire in what is now the south of Mexico, and a bunch of other civilizations in that area grew up from the Olmec people. We said that they had their own empire there. A lot of them were farmers. It was a farm-based civilization. And one of the big things that they grew was corn. Corn is very, very plentiful in that part of the world. And in Mexico, they still use a lot of it today. You know, a lot of, like, in their chips and their tortillas. You probably use corn tortillas as well. But the Olmecs were the ones who first made that big use of it in that area. Another thing that the Olmecs harvested, that they farmed there, was this stuff. They would drill holes in the trees and take the stuff that came out of it, boil it down, and make rubber. Goma. The Olmecs were one of the first people to use rubber. In fact, other civilizations will later call them the rubber people because of this. Okay. Another thing the Olmecs were known for was their carvings. They would use jade, which is a green stone, very, very beautiful green stone. Looks like this. It's jade. Yes, I know that's what Hade's name looks like, but that's also how it's spelled. But yes, that they were also known for carving giant heads that look like this. This is one of the things they're probably most famously known for: giant heads out of a rock called basalt, which is a type that comes out of a volcano. These giant stone heads out of these really heavy rocks. The tallest one is about twice as tall as a person. Okay. But what did they do what were these heads for? Well, nobody knows. Now you can see on some of these heads, it looks like they're wearing helmets. And some people wonder if maybe that these heads were to honor their sports heroes. Because the Olmecs and a lot of other people from this time period had a game that was a lot like football. And they thought maybe these heads are there to honor the people who played football. But nowadays, almost everybody thinks that these heads are there to honor their kings. But nobody knows. See, this is the problem with the Olmec, is we know so little about them. Because they died out about 800 years after they started. Why? Nobody knows. We still haven't found an answer for them. We don't know where they went. We don't know what happened to them. See, this is part of the problem with history. There are gaps in there, and this is one of them. What happened to the Olmecs? We don't know. Maybe archaeologists will find out in the future. Maybe you'll grow up and move to that area and you'll find out yourself. But for right now, we don't know all that much about the Olmec people. So why are we spending so much time talking about them? Well, it's because what the Olmec did was the sort of the beginning for the other civilizations that were in that area, which we'll talk about next week. Okay? But for now, how about if we go over our questions for today, or what we learned. Question number 1, what were the main crops of the Olmec people, the things that they farmed? And they were corn and rubber, maíz y goma. Question number 2, what are they most well known for? and that is their jade masks and their basalt heads. Mask made of pretty green rock, and heads made of giant stones. We don't know what they were for. Maybe they were to honor their kings, maybe they were to honor their sports heroes, maybe they were to honor their gods, but we don't know. And question number 3, what happened to them? What happened to the Olmecs? Nobody knows. Maybe we'll find out in the future, but for now, nobody knows. Okay, so tomorrow Thursday, you have a test, very easy test, just one list of terms on one side and one list of definitions on the other, just like we usually do. Just match them all up. If you've been doing your homework, you'll get these with no problem at all. Okay? Okay, well there you go. Thank you very much. And I will see you on Thursday for your test.